One, cut. Hey guys, so I want to have one of my first ever vlogs that is not me performing yoga asanas, but rather doing a little discussion with you guys. And something that I have been just so excited to come on here and talk about is having a vision. Like literally the simplest thing ever, having a vision. So I put some notes down on my phone and I want to do a little chit chat. So if we want to achieve anything in our life, the importance of having a vision is so strong. One of the most revolutionary podcasts I've ever listened to was somebody talking about vision work with our emotions. And what they were talking about blew my mind, and I think is 99% accountable for things and successes in my life. So when we go through something hard, when we're discouraged, when something doesn't go the way that we want it to go, we are going to have emotions in our body reacting to those things. So for example, say that you really wanted this job and you didn't get the job. It's very easy to find those feelings of resentment, jealousy, letdown, sadness. But if you stay in those emotions, of those lower vibration emotions, you can't manifest what you essentially are trying to achieve. If you can switch the narrative of those emotions to emotions, for example, like excitement or emotions, or emotions of gratitude or emotions of anticipation, that is how you're going to be able to pull yourself out of cycles to make changes. I have some notes that can talk a little more about how to do this. So first and foremost, understand you're worthy of the desires placed on your heart. This is kind of like the first part. What are you doing? Leave my speaker alone. Sorry, she wants attention. So I had to really break this one down. We're taught a lot of times, like we hear things thrown out like control your desires, detach from your desires, desires of the flesh. You can see all of these terminology. But what if our desires were actually placed on our heart by God to take us where we're supposed to be going? Like, I have discerned this for so long, and I believe that can happen. So if God is placing on your heart that you want to get married, or that you want to have this dream job, or you want to be a doctor, or start a YouTube channel, or travel to a certain place, that very well could be a desire placed on your heart by God. So discerning those differences between desire of the heart and desire of the flesh, like are we being selfish, lustful, things like that, those are not desires from God. But deep intuitive longings, yeah, that can be a preview placed on your heart from God of what's to come. So that's kind of the first point I wanted to talk about. The other part is rewrite your story. So if you are somebody who maybe your desire was to get married and you were in a long-term relationship, you thought you found your person and it didn't work out. Maybe for whatever reason, we don't need to go into details, but it didn't work out. You could have this story of victimhood, or you could have this story of gratitude, and you can choose which one of those sides that you want to be in. If you're picking this story of all men are bad, all men cheat, I don't know why he didn't treat me better, you're trapping yourself in these low emotions. But if you can shift your emotions to the other side and sit with yourself, I'm not saying neglect the emotions, you have to process the sad emotions, but if you're able to self-soothe, self-heal, sit with those difficult emotions, allow them to come up, but don't attach a story of victimhood and approach those with gratitude, we can start to kind of shift those emotions into more positive emotions. So we can rewrite that story from a place of victimhood to a place of lessons learned. Once we can find that, we can even take this farther to reconnecting with our vision. So as long as we have, this all comes together, as long as we have a vision of what we think is being placed on our heart, we can pull ourselves into the emotions of being excited for that to come. If God has placed this longing on your heart, and you can identify the vision that you want to bring about, you co-creating with God, allow your emotions to shift into excitement. So maybe you went through this breakup, or maybe you lost this job you wanted, or something came up, you didn't get to move into this apartment, or you didn't get the house you wanted. Well, there's still a longing on the heart, and there's excitement for an even bigger expectation that we may not be able to understand. So shifting that into excitement for what's to come, for that vision, is so empowering. Big way to rewrite this emotion is when you're journaling or talking to loved ones or people or friends or whatever. When you're journaling, if you're journaling things such as, I miss my partner, or I miss the city I used to live in, and you're in that state of longing, and you're journaling those, you're not allowing your expansion and excitement for a vision. You've lost the vision. It's okay to process the negative emotions, I'm not saying that, but you've lost your vision. So when you're in those lows and you're journaling, if you can rewrite that journaling from reminiscing something, into, I can't wait to meet my partner. These are the traits I want in a partner. I can't wait to find my dream job. This is the attributes of the dream job I want to get. I can't wait to start my YouTube channel. This is the content I want to do. I can't wait to move to this new city. This is the new city. This is what I want to have in my next city. This is what I want to have in my next apartment. Do you see how the narrative is shifting? When we feel that emotion of that vision, we can spot opportunities. When we're reminiscing, we can't always. So shift from here to here, okay? Another thing too is jealousy with our vision. Sometimes we actually shut out a vision because we don't understand it's our vision. So sometimes the very things we're running away from could be our vision. If, for example, you're someone who wants to get married, going to a wedding of your friends could be a trigger for you. If you're somebody who wants to be a doctor and you're struggling through med school, your friend who just graduated could be hard to be around because we're healing those hardships, those setbacks, and watching other people just kind of skip over those. But when we're able to understand those things that kind of push us back, those things that kind of put that knot in our stomach, that weight on our chest, that kind of feeling of heaviness in our body, that feeling of jealousy, that at times can actually be what we're trying to bring about in our life that we haven't brought about yet because we can't identify our vision. So checking in with jealousy. Sometimes those people, I'm not talking about toxic people, but sometimes those people who are triggering you could be triggering you because they have something you want. Whenever you feel jealousy for something someone else has, that could be a preview of what's to come. So accept the feelings, don't attach a story, and move towards those people. If you are someone who wants to be a doctor, surround yourself by people who are studying medicine. If you want to be an influencer, go visit some successful YouTube channels. If you want to be a yoga teacher, go make go to a yoga studio, go take some classes, make friends with people who teach yoga, all of those things. The success of somebody else could help guide you, so don't be intimidated by it. The last thing I want to leave you with is realizing that you are worthy for your vision. No vision, no desire placed on your heart by God is too difficult to achieve. If we can hold ourselves in this vision with those emotions of, I can feel it happening, I'm excited for it happening, I can connect to that future version of myself, surrender yourself to God's timeline, but know you're worthy. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 years to establish what you want to be. The time, God is above time. So we can't view time as stating that we're not worthy of something. A lot of times too, let me see, I have some notes. A lot of times too, we may not feel worthy, or we might think the road is too long, or the burden is too big. But if we can really feel into the feeling of having those things, gratitude for what we have today that's getting us there, and surrendering to God, we can get there. So having the vision to feel the emotions of achieving that vision is what's going to drive success. All right, I hope this video made sense to you. Comment, subscribe, like down below. If there's any clarifications you need, please comment that, and I hope this was helpful. I want to end today with actually a prayer or prayer type meditation. So let's close our eyes and put our hands over our heart, calming our breath, bringing our awareness to where we're seated on either the chair or the floor, where the soles of our feet hit the earth, and feeling into where our hands rest on our heart. Dear God, today I open my heart to you. I soften my heart to accept the desires that you've placed on my heart. I surrender myself to your will for my life, to your timeline. I understand that I am worthy to achieve what you're calling me to do. I understand that I am strong enough to walk the path you have for me. I dedicate all my thoughts, words, actions, joys, and sufferings to you today. God, please allow me to quiet my mind and listen to my heart. Have gratitude for the journey that you're taking me on today. Amen. Now I ask that as your eyes are gently closed, that you think of this desire that you've had on your heart. I want you to pretend that you've already been blessed with it, that you're at the end of the road of achieving it. How does it feel? What emotions are coming in your body? Do you feel a gentle smile coming on your face? Maybe it's that dream job. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Do you feel proud to have achieved it? Grateful to have it? Do you feel supported by those around you? What if it's your dream relationship? Can you feel the love from your partner supporting you for your authentic self? Receiving love for who you are today, because you're worthy of love today. What if it's moving to a place that you've always dreamed of living? How does it feel to walk down the street? What are the sounds you hear? What language are you speaking? Are there parks or malls that you're going to? What does the food taste like there? Gently open your eyes, and I hope you are able to connect with that feeling of receiving your vision. Whenever you feel discouraged, feel what it would be like to have already achieved your vision. Visions are okay, and they are almost necessary for success. This is essentially just the energetics of keeping hope, guys, and that is in the Bible. So be hopeful, keep that hope, keep that faith. This is also faith, that's in the Bible. Have faith in God's plan for you. Have faith in God's vision for you. Have faith in God's desire placed on your heart. Thank you guys for joining me today. Keep your visions. Comment down below. What are your visions? What do you think God's placing on your heart to do? Thank you. Bye.